Hello everyone, here is a quick video on how to use Tektronix Oscilloscope. You know how to bring up the oscilloscope is on the right side menu, and you can bring up Tektronix Oscilloscope. And I have set up a circuit here with two resistors and a voltage source which has 6 volt RMS and the frequency is 60 Hertz. So if you want to measure the voltage across any component, for example across resistor R2, you need to connect the ground of the oscilloscope, which is G, to one side of the resistor and channel 1 to the other side. Now you will be able to measure or display the voltage across R2. And then I run the simulation, and sometimes it may not show you the exact waveform, so you have to go here and you can click on the auto set. So if you can hit auto set, it will adjust the amplitude and the time in order to show the waveform on the screen. If it is too small, you can use this knob for the channel to make it smaller or larger. It is preferred that you usually see a large amplitude on the screen. So with the channel 1, which is this knob, you can adjust the amplitude and you can adjust the frequency using the time per division cycle. It is good to show a couple of cycles on the screen when you want to display in your report. So now I'm measuring the voltage across resistor R2. The waveform is flashing, and because it's refreshing the display, so I can just use click this one, which is a single sequence, so it will stop and I can see the waveform. If the waveform doesn't change, so I can keep this one. And if you want to measure the voltage, there is a button here, measure. So if you click on measure, it will show you the information about channel 1. As you can see, you can select any of these, so you can source is channel 1, and what you want to measure here is the period. You can click on mean value, peak-to-peak value, RMS value of the signal. So you can select anything that you want. For example, I put on the RMS value of the signal because we have see, so this RMS value, and then click on measure again. So it will show you the RMS value of the voltage across resistor R2. And if you want to display, for example, what is the period of the signal, so you can just click on this and on period, and then hit measure again. It will show you the period of the signal. So pretty much RMS value, peak-to-peak value, frequency of the signal, anything that the signal has can be measured using oscilloscope. So for example, if you want to measure the voltage across the other resistor, you have to stop simulation and connect ground. So you cannot just connect ground to the ground, because if you connect to the ground, then the channel 1 will show you the voltage with respect to ground. So if you want to measure the voltage across resistor, so ground and channel 1 should be connected across the resistor, and then run the simulation and hit the where is it auto set, so it will automatically adjust the waveform. And then you can just use a single sequence and you go to the measure, click measure, and then you can adjust what voltage you want to display. For example, click on that one and click on the top one, and then click here. You want to measure minimum, maximum, rise time, fall time, and anything that you want can be measured. For example, here I put the frequency and then hit measure again. So it will show you the frequency of the signal and the amplitude, whatever you want. For example, you want to measure the RMS, so click cycle RMS and then hit enter. It shows that 2 volts is the voltage across resistor R1. So ground and channel 1 should be connected across the resistor or the component that you want to measure. If you want to measure the voltage source, again ground and channel 1 should be connected across that component. On a side note, some of the students had question about the Agilent function generator, how to set it in the RMS. So you can turn it off, you can turn it on, and there is enter number. So you hit enter number button here and enter the number that you want. For example, 1.5 volt, for example, say, and then hit this, but there are arrow keys on the Agilent function generator, and the bottom one goes to the RMS and the top one goes to peak to peak. So if you click on the bottom one, it will show you the RMS value. And if you want to adjust it, you need to use these arrow keys. So you go to the left and you can increase or decrease it using this. So to generate an RMS voltage, click enter number and use your computer keyboard to enter the number, and then use these arrow keys on the right side in order to go to the RMS or the peak-to-peak value. Hope this helps. Thanks.